My name is Angela. I'm a nurse. After a long, busy day at work, I headed home as usual, but today I got back a little late. I'm home, I said as I walked in. Welcome back. My daughter, Meg, greeted me. Meg is in 3rd grade, and it must be lonely for her to wait at home alone every day. Whenever I see her, I feel bad for her. Still, I think other nurses might envy me because I work at a hospital in town that doesn't have night shifts. Where's your dad today? I asked Meg. He hasn't come home yet, she replied. I wonder when he'll be back. It feels like I haven't seen him in a long time. I said. Oh, I see, Meg responded. My husband, Ryan, is a workaholic and rarely comes home. I can't remember the last time he spent time with us, like eating together or helping around the house. Well, actually, he does spend time with family, just not with Meg and me. On his days off, he goes to his mom's house to help her with gardening, cleaning, and even has dinner with her. Ryan has never shown up to support Meg at her soccer games or spelling bees, even though he's so devoted to his parents. Because of this, Ryan and I don't get along very well. I'm sorry, honey. I'm so sorry for making you feel lonely all the time, I told Meg. It's okay, you come home every day, Mom, and that's enough for me, she said. Oh, Meg. I hugged her tightly. If we were a normal family, we'd spend time together and be happy. No matter how many times I apologized to her, I knew it would never be enough. How did things end up like this? Then, one day, Ryan came home at a normal time, which was very rare, but by then, Meg and I had grown distant from him, and we didn't talk much. As we ate dinner in silence, Ryan suddenly spoke up. Hey, why don't we go to Hawaii for the upcoming holidays? What? I was shocked. Ryan had actually invited us on a trip. What was going on? We haven't traveled as a family in years, right? I thought it would be a good chance to celebrate my mom's 60th birthday too. It might be nice for us to do something together for once. Of course, he had to bring up his mom again. I was so tired of it. But when Meg heard Hawaii, her eyes lit up. We can go to Hawaii? I want to go. I really want to go. Meg was thrilled. For her, it was her first time going to Hawaii, so her excitement made sense. But I wasn't sure if I could enjoy a family trip after all these years, especially with my mother-in-law, Kate, involved. If this trip was to celebrate Kate's 60th birthday, I wished Ryan had told me about it sooner, but since Meg was so excited, I didn't feel right saying no. Alright, I guess so. It's been a while since we've done something as a family, so let's go, I said, nodding. On the day of the trip, Ryan and I had to work, so we decided to meet at the airport. That day, work was even busier than I expected, and I was running very late. After finishing, I rushed to the airport with Meg. After taking the bus, we finally reached the airport, but something unexpected happened. They're not here. Ryan and Kate were nowhere to be seen. I looked around the airport but couldn't find them. Ugh, where did they go? No one had called me, so I tried calling Ryan and Kate, but I kept hearing the same message. The number you have dialed is either not powered on right now or has no signal. Feeling desperate, I asked the airline staff for help. One of the staff members approached me. Are you Miss Angela Martin? Huh? Yes, that's me. I was surprised they knew my name, but then they handed me a piece of paper. I was asked to give this to you. A paper? I was shocked when I read what was written on it. I couldn't wait any longer. It'll just be the two of us going on this trip. Ryan, if you can't be on time, then we won't take you. Why don't you just camp out somewhere around here? Bye. Kate. What is this? Mom, what's wrong? Meg asked, looking worried as I shook with anger. Oh, nothing. It looks like your dad and grandma went ahead without us. I'm sorry, so we can't go to Hawaii? Yes, we can. We'll catch another flight and join them. I tried to sound cheerful, but the truth was, we didn't have enough money for another flight. What am I going to do? As I was trying to figure things out, an old man walking in front of me suddenly collapsed. Without thinking, I rushed to help him, maybe because I've been a nurse for so long. Are you okay? I checked his breathing, but it had stopped. Oh no. I quickly turned him over and made sure his airway was clear. When I looked inside his mouth, I saw something blocking it, probably part of his vomit. This is what's stopping him from breathing. Please, someone call an ambulance. I shouted for help and started treating him right away. When the ambulance arrived, the old man was taken to the emergency room, where he woke up. Was it you, the one who saved me? Well, yes, but I only did a simple procedure. That's not true, thank you so much. I thought I was gone for good. He was talking normally now, and it seemed he didn't have any heart or organ problems to begin with. You saved my life, please, let me thank you. I'm James. Oh, no, there's no need for that. I just did what anyone would do. By the way, were you traveling somewhere? Yes. I was supposed to go to Hawaii with my daughter, but we missed our flight. Oh no, That's terrible, it's my fault. I quickly waved my hand to stop him. Oh, no, no, we were already running late because of my work, so it's not your fault at all. I was just thinking we should go home, I said, sighing and forcing a laugh. But James looked at me and said, that's a shame, your daughter must have been looking forward to it. Why don't you just buy another ticket? Well, to be honest, we don't have enough money right now, I admitted, feeling a little embarrassed. James nodded thoughtfully. Okay then, as my way of thanking you, I'll buy you both the tickets. Problem solved, right? Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that. It's completely okay. Hey, you. James called over a female staff member who was passing by. Then, he borrowed a cell phone and made a quick call. Oh, can I talk to you for a minute? After a brief conversation, he hung up. Oh, we're really okay, so don't worry about it, I said, still feeling unsure. If I don't thank you properly, I won't be able to rest easy, James replied firmly. At that moment, a piece of paper fell out of my pocket. Thanks to James, we were lucky enough to get on the plane. To my surprise, he even bought us expensive business class tickets. Because of his kindness, Meg and I enjoyed a very comfortable flight. Finally, we arrived safely in Hawaii. But there was one problem, I had no idea which hotel Ryan and Kate were staying at. I wished I had asked them beforehand. Hello, are you Angela and Meg? A man called out to us. Yes, that's right, but, nice to meet you. I was suspicious about how he knew our names, but then he handed me his business card. It was from a well-known logistics company, one even I recognized. I've heard about you from the chairman of our company. Thank you very much for what you did. What? The elderly man I helped at the airport is the chairman of your company? Oh, really? I was shocked. I had no idea that James, the man we helped, was the chairman of such a major company. We'll now take you both to your hotel on the chairman's orders. Please enjoy your trip to Hawaii. He led us to a black limousine. I had never been in such a luxurious car before. Wow, it's amazing, Meg exclaimed, thrilled to ride in a limousine for the first time. I checked my shoes several times to make sure they were clean before getting in. The view of Hawaii from the windows was stunning, it felt like an endless summer. At one point, I thought we wouldn't make it, but I was so glad we did. Meg was glued to the window, taking in the sights. Soon, we arrived at a huge, luxurious hotel. Just looking at it, you could tell it was high-end, but as we stepped inside, I realized something important. Oh no, I didn't book a room. I mumbled quietly. Oh, please don't worry, we've already reserved a room on the top floor. The man reassured me, but I don't have enough money for this. You don't have to pay anything, the bill has already been taken care of. Oh, really? I wondered how far James had gone to make sure we were taken care of. This VIP treatment left me feeling overwhelmed. I wasn't used to this kind of luxury. When we entered the hotel room, I was amazed. It was probably a suite, and it was way too big for just the two of us. The view from the huge windows was breathtaking. The ocean and the sunset looked like something out of a dream. It was truly spectacular. As Meg and I strolled around the hotel lobby after dinner, we heard loud voices arguing in the corner. Are they? It was my husband, Ryan, and my mother-in-law, Kate, arguing with the hotel staff. Hey, what are you both doing here? I called out to them. When they saw Meg and me, their eyes widened in shock. What? Why are you both here? Ryan asked, confused. What do you mean? We came here as planned. You're the ones who left us behind, even though you suggested this trip, I replied. Ryan glanced at Kate, looking like he wanted to say something but couldn't. Well, it was your fault for being late, wasn't it? Kate snapped. I feel bad about being late, but you didn't have to tell us to camp out at the airport, I shot back. Kate didn't seem guilty or sorry at all. I couldn't forgive them for what they'd done. By the way, why are you arguing with the hotel staff? I asked Ryan. When I tried to check in, they told me to leave. I don't understand, Ryan said, clearly furious. I turned to the hotel staff. Is something wrong? The staff member explained. I heard that these people left behind our very important and beloved customers. That's unforgivable. I was ordered not to let them stay here. Oh, now I get it. James has a lot of influence here. The chairman of a big company is indeed a powerful man, and you don't want to be on his bad side, I said. What the hell does that mean? Ryan asked, still confused. It's a long story, but basically, he can't forgive you for leaving Meg and me behind, I explained. Ryan and Kate looked even more bewildered. How does someone from this hotel know about that? Ryan demanded. I understood his confusion, but knowing the details, I wasn't surprised. In fact, I thought it was exactly what they deserved. Do you know this person? I asked, handing Ryan a business card. It belonged to the man who had guided us from the airport. This is a business card from a major client of ours, Ryan said. his face turning pale as he took the card with trembling hands. Kate's face also froze, and she looked horrified. "You don't mean to tell me you know the chairman of this company, do you?" Ryan asked, his voice shaky. "Of course, I know who he is. He collapsed at the airport, and I saved him. To thank me, he booked our flight to Hawaii and even reserved this hotel room for us," I explained. "What?" Kate gasped, collapsing into a chair and trembling. "What's the matter, Mom?" Ryan asked, looking worried. "He's in the same gym club as me, and I see him occasionally. Everyone there worships him." "What kind of coincidence is this?" Kate exclaimed. I had to agree with Ryan, it was a small world. I had no idea Kate knew the chairman, but I'd already learned about it from James himself earlier. As I thought back on everything, I couldn't help but grin at Ryan and Kate. "It's tough, isn't it?" I said, feeling a mix of satisfaction and disbelief at how things had turned out. Since Ryan and Kate had decided to go on their own trip, I figured Meg and I would enjoy Hawaii by ourselves. "I'm going to enjoy this trip with Meg," I said firmly. Then, turning to Kate, I added, "Why don't you just camp out somewhere around here and enjoy the Hawaiian night without a roof over your head?" "Oh, hey, wait, that's terrible, you're the rudest person ever," Kate shouted, while Ryan joined in, both of them yelling as I walked away. It was ridiculous. They were the ones who had thrown those harsh words at me first, but when I threw them back, they acted like I was the villain. I couldn't help but laugh. "Let's go," I said to Meg, holding her hand. "Yeah," Meg replied, smiling up at me. Behind us, the argument between the hotel staff and Ryan and Kate continued. "Anyways, get out of here, we don't have rooms for you in this hotel," the staff said firmly. Finally, Ryan and Kate left the hotel, and Meg and I enjoyed our trip to Hawaii on our own. Since Meg's love for Ryan had faded, there was no need to worry about him anymore. I never expected that helping an old man at the airport would lead to such an incredible gift. We were truly grateful to James from the bottom of our hearts. The trip was amazing and refreshing, and Meg seemed completely satisfied with it. But what happened to Ryan and Kate after they were kicked out of the hotel? It turned out that the real trouble for them started after they left. When they returned from Hawaii, Ryan came home exhausted and worn out. It seemed that James's instructions had spread to all the hotels in Hawaii, and they really had to camp out in the wild. The words on that piece of paper had come back to haunt them. But their difficulties didn't end there. Ryan was suddenly called into his boss's office at work and told that the contract with James's company was about to be cancelled. Meanwhile, Kate was treated coldly by the other members of her gym club and was practically forced to leave. Her only hobby was staying fit, but this incident scared her so much that she gave up working out altogether. Now, she spends most of her time watching TV. Ryan and I decided it would be too difficult to continue our marriage, and we officially divorced. Of course, I got custody of Meg. I didn't ask for alimony or child support because my earnings were similar to Ryan's, and I had no problem supporting Meg on my own. I also knew I'd never have to see my mother-in-law again. Looking back, this whole incident was strange. By accidentally being late at the airport, I ended up helping the chairman of a major company, someone Kate knew, and thanks to him, I had one of the best trips of my life. In a way, it felt like fate had guided me. Nothing in my relationship with Ryan had worked out, except for Meg. Maybe our different work schedules caused miscommunication, but I think the outcome would have been the same even if I had stayed a housewife. Ryan would have always put Kate first, not us. But now, I have no regrets. I have the most adorable and precious daughter in the world. I don't need anyone else. Meg is my everything, and together, we'll be just fine.